Hi guys, today I'm going to make baked and roasted tomatoes choka. For my bake, I have my flour. I'm going to add some baking powder, 2 tablespoonfuls of butter, and some salt. So I'm going to crumble my butter into my dried flour. So I'm going to add some water here and mix this. So I'm going to knead this and form a dough. So we just want to let this rest for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So here I have my tomatoes ready. I have them washed and cleaned. So I would usually use this rack to put over my stove to roast my tomatoes. You can roast your tomatoes, you could fold it up in some foil and roast your tomatoes in some foil. But I like roasting my tomatoes on this sort of wire grill like thing. I had this from my old toaster, so I'm going to reuse it to put it here. So we just want to lay our tomatoes or tomatoes on our grill. I'm going to light my stove. And I'm going to leave my tomatoes here to roast. The skin is going to get black. So this is exactly how we would want it, with a black skin. After roasting for like about a minute, I just want to turn it. It smells absolutely delicious already. So you want to let this roast really well on the outside. This is how our tomatoes would look when it's finished roasted. So we just want to take off the black skin from the tomatoes now. So we want to take off the skin over some water. You have to be very careful because this would be hot. So you just want to hold it over the water and just gently slide away the black roasted skin from the tomatoes. That's fine if some of the roasted part remains, that's perfectly fine. And then you just take it and put it inside this bowl. So we want to do this for all of our tomatoes. This is how our tomatoes would look with all the roasted skin off. So now we want to mash this. I'm going to mash it and get all the juices out of there. So I'm just going to cut my dough into 4 pieces. and then I'm going to knead back each piece and let it sit again for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So we just want to let this rest again. We want to cover it and let it rest for another 10 to 15 minutes. Want to mash this really well. Make sure everything is mashed up. If you want, you could just add all your tomatoes into the blender and blend it up, but I prefer it like this. So now it's time for us to cook our tomatoes. We're going to chunky our tomatoes in some oil. So we have to season up this tomatoes. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to add some salt and black pepper. Give this a mix. So here I have added some oil to my pot. And to my hot oil, I'm going to add some fresh Caribbean seasoning, garlic, and Scotch bonnet pepper. Now it's time to add our tomatoes. So we're just going to pour our tomatoes in there. And we want to leave this here to come to a boil. And we just want the sauce to thicken up a little bit. But you want to leave sauce in there. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for viewing.